Hello YouTube land! My name is KestalKayden and today we are going over a bit of a mod spotlight on not enough items. First and foremost, I will get this out of the way. Forge is not required, although it is recommended. So, you can still install it with the other methods, but I'd recommend Forge, and that tutorial is up above. So, if you haven't actually checked that out, I suggest you do. Anyways, to get started, what you'll realize is that some things are a little bit different. Rather than putting them into the mods folder in terms of Forge, you'll have to put both the core file, which is available in the forum, and the not enough items file directly in the core mods folder. Not the mods folder, but the core mods folder. Anyways, let's jump right in. Okay, to get started, just open up your inventory system. You'll see a buttload of stuff, basically. And I mean, this is mostly vanilla plus some build craft. So ignore the build craft, that's for a future tutorial. And so yeah, let's dig around, shall we? We can turn on delete mode, and that's fine and whatnot. Let's see, we can turn on rain. Right, because I have Optifine installed, that might not work. So let's just turn rain off. Anyways, so with delete mode, basically anything that you click on, with delete mode on, it will turn off, which is kind of useful if you have a lot of junk that you don't actually want to worry about. Anyways, this is an easy way to turn on creative and turn off creative, which is nice. Ooh, there's a separate mode. Anyway, so we can turn creative mode on, and then we have a separate interface for that if we really wanted to. But I mean, this is the one that you'd probably potentially want to stick with if you're in survival, so we'll just leave it at that. So let's have a little bit of fun with this, shall we? Let's turn on magnet mode. I just want to get some blocks out of the way. What magnet mode will do is it'll suck them all up. Even though you're not within the radius itself, then, it'll still work. So that's always kind of fun. Anyways, we can set time to dawn, noon, dusk, and then midnight. And guess what? We can automatically heal the player, which also heals him of hunger, which is nice. But again, this is for those that want to go all out with the creative / other options. But yeah, basically this is kind of like cheat mode in a sense, and I'll show you why in a minute, but we won't necessarily be playing with this mode too much. Anyways, okay, so here are item subsets. You can actually sort all of your stuff rather than having like a giant list of stuff. Hey, what you can do is actually just sort it by blocks and actually go through. All you have to do is just right click and it'll disable specific things. So let's say I want just the blocks from vanilla. It will show, oh no wait, some item subset blocks are also in here by the looks of it. I wish they would have really separated that, but that's okay. Okay, so creative tabs, and again you can go through all of that. You can actually get rid of a lot of the stuff too, which is actually kind of nice. But I mean, this is all up to you, what you'd want to actually play around with. For example, you can actually disable, food. You can disable all the potions and everything. But, it's all there for you. You can also save specific things too. So if I want to save this, I can then load it, or I can then delete it. So if I wanted to only have a mode for just vanilla stuff, I can then enable, oops, what happened there? Oh, that's only for potions. Okay, so that would work just as well. If you want just vanilla potions, you can then save that as number that. So, it's all there. Okay, so the next mode that we'll be talking about really quickly is basically out of cheat mode. We will switch this into recipe mode. So what'll happen is, actually I'm going to remove that subset. As you can see, now that we're no longer in cheat mode, the sidebar over here is now gone. And when you click on stuff, you don't automatically get it anymore. It's kind of, just the recipes. And let's say you want to know what to turn things into. For example, if we had stone, what you can do is click on stone and you'll actually see the smelting recipe on how to actually turn it into stone. If you right click, you can see what stone is used for in terms of recipes. So left click does something else completely different, and right click does something as well. So do keep that in mind. Anyways, we'll be going through, and I mean, this is shaped crafting, so you can even go into, for example, something like right clicking glass, and you can see the different types of recipes you have here as well. And keep in mind, this is all shaped. But let's say if I wanted to, what's a good non-shaped recipe? No. I don't know. Well, you get the idea. If there is a non-shaped recipe, here we go, shapeless. So it'll actually show, you know, exactly what you're looking for. And it'll tell you whether or not it's shapeless or shaped recipes, which is nice. Because some things only have specific recipe types while others don't. Anyway, so that is that, and let's get out of that. But let's say you're looking for a specific item and you have like 20 mods installed and there's so many different things in here and you want to look for a specific type of thing. Let's say we're specifically looking for a wrench. You can click on this bottom input box and type in wrench and you'll be able to see it. But keep in mind that when you do type this in, it'll black out the rest of the stuff in your inventory. So what you'll want to do is, you know, cancel that out and then everything will appear back to normal. Let's see, we have different layouts, two different layouts. Old TMI layout, which is the old way that it used to look. It's not as current as the new one. I actually prefer using the default Minecraft layouts for this. Some people I know don't like it, but, you know. And this is actually kind of interfering with my raised minimap, so what I'm going to do is actually quickly just turn that off. Anyways, okay, so here we have a kind of a hidden tooltip, or sorry, a tooltip mode where you can kind of see it at the top corner. You'll be able to see sand, you'll be able to, you know, if you looked specifically down on something. So let's say I wanted to know what this was. Oh, is there a source block here? Okay, so it doesn't work on liquid, which is fine. But let's say I wanted to look at this. It's a cactus block. But this is actually especially good if you have a lot of mods with a lot of different resources and you want to know something specific, then, you know, it's all there for you. Yep. I'm actually going to turn that mode off. Item IDs, for example, I'd want to show item IDs for a lot of my stuff, potentially, but you might not want to, so you can also enable or disable that. Block ID settings. You can go through all of this, and I mean, most of this stuff I wouldn't necessarily use. It's all the stuff that's in the main window, potentially, if anything. I mean, you can obviously disable not enough items, but you can then go into something called utility mode, which is also kind of interesting. The main difference is, although yes, this is basically like the recipe mode, except for one kind of crucial difference. Well, two technically. You have turn on delete mode and magnet mode turned on. So I mean, you can have these two specific ones, basically some features from the cheat mode in here. I mean, it's not major, but magnet mode is very useful. And let's see how actually far the magnet mode goes. So what I'm going to do is actually just going to drop a bunch of stuff right here. And why not over here? And okay, let's turn around just so you can kind of get an idea. So that is a fairly far radius. So basically anything within the radius, it'll kind of suck in towards you, which is nice. It's a very nice feature to have. So if you know, you want to get that feature but not go into cheat mode, I suggest going into utility mode. Again, you get the delete option, so, you know, you can actually just easily delete stuff. But the magnet mode is kind of fun too. Anyways, that kind of goes over most of the features for not enough items. There are others, but I mean, most of those are kind of advanced features that you don't necessarily have to worry about too much for general gameplay. If you have any questions, you know, ask them down below. And, you know, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little bit of a mod spotlight. Yeah. Just kind of exploring now. Ooh, that's a big oil vein. Anyways, so, until next time, you know, leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and all that goodies. Yeah, I hope you guys keep modding. Have fun.